Dr. Connors from The Amazing Spider-Man is similar to Dracula and the Joker because he wants power and control. They want to be feared by everybody.
Dr. Connors are both very similar. They turn into something that they have no control over. Dracula is a vampire who turns random people into vampires. He kidnaps people like Jonathan and tries to have control and power over people. He needs blood to survive, so even though what he does is not monstrous, I don't think that he is truly doing it for his own enjoyment. He has been turned into a vampire and is not his true self.
Dr. Connors and Dracula, the Joker chose to be a monster and lived his life killing people and enjoying people's pain and suffering. He knew what he was doing and had complete control over his actions. He wanted nothing more but control over the people in Gotham. He wanted people to be afraid of him. He wanted control over everything, including Batman's identity, and wouldn't stop at anything to achieve this. He is truly a monster.
Dr. Connors is a character in the movie The Amazing Spider-Man who only has one arm. He wants to create cross-species genetics to regrow his own arm. By doing this, he tries to turn everyone into a lizard so everyone can be the same, and Spider-Man cures him and turns him back into his normal self. Dr. Connors wasn't a bad guy. In the beginning, he truly wanted to help people, but he wanted power over people and wanted to turn them into what he was.
Batman the Dark Knight. You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend, and one night he goes off crazier than usual. Mom gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that, not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and says, "Why so serious?" Comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on the face, and why so serious? This shows a little bit of the Joker's background. This is the only moment, or one of the few, that the Joker actually reveals something about his personal life. This makes it seem very significant. It also reveals how he got his scars. The Joker is truly monstrous because he has no problem telling people his story. He says it a couple times during the movie with no pain, no emotions, no nothing. He does not take anything serious anymore, but he must have when he was younger, because his father asked him why so serious. I think this is a big reason why the Joker doesn't really have any feelings, or why he just laughs at everything.
This is a quote from The Amazing Spider-Man. "All these souls, lost and alone, I can save them. I can cure them. There's no reason to stop me. Peter." This quote shows that Dr. Connors, the lizard, wants to help people that are in need, no matter what it takes. He has no limits. He is willing to do anything that would help these lost souls, even if it takes killing innocent civilians. He believes that he can do anything. He can do it all without Spider-Man's help. In this way, this quote also shows that the lizard wants to be seen as the hero instead of Spider-Man.
This is a quote from the Dracula book, page 192. "He was very pale, and his eyes seemed bulging out, half in terror and half in amazement. He gazed at a tall, thin man with a beaky nose and a black mustache and pointed beard, who was also observing that pretty girl. He was looking at her so hard that he did not see either of us, so I had to have a good view of him. His face was not a good face. It was hard and cruel and sensual, and his big white teeth, that looked all the whiter because his lips were so red, were pointed like an animal." This is significant because it describes how monstrous Dracula is and how much his appearance affects people's opinion of him. It gives the reader a visual on how creepy he looks.
The Amazing Spider-Man. I spent my life as a scientist trying to create a world without weakness, without outcasts. I sought to create a stronger human being, but there's no such thing. Human beings are weak, pathetic, feeble-minded creatures. Why be a human at all when we can be so much more? Faster, stronger, smarter. This is my gift to you. This is significant because it reveals Dr. Connors' reasons for trying to help people. All Dr. Connors wanted to do was fit in and live in a world where everyone was the same. He wanted everybody to be faster, stronger, and smarter. All he wanted was good, but he did it in a monstrous way. He tried to destroy Peter when all he was trying to do was help Dr. Connors realize what he was doing to the human race. He thought he was doing everyone a favor, but people saw him as a monster.
This is a quote from Batman Dark Knight. Do you want to know why I use a knife? Guns are too quick. You can't savor all the little emotions. And you see, in their last moment, people show you who they really are. So in a way, I know your friends better than you ever did. Would you like to know which one of them are cowards? This quote really shows how much the Joker enjoys torturing people. He gets pleasure and enjoyment from making people miserable. Killing people gives the Joker genuine happiness. He has no sympathy or feelings at all towards people. This reveals the reader/viewer just how devious the Joker is.